Knicks family, what's popping? The Knicks lost to the Nets last night. They play another Atlantic Division rival tonight in the Boston Celtics. Let's analyze it. Let's talk about it so we can get to the game. Let's rock. Knicks family, what is popping? And here we go. Tonight, the Knicks play versus the Boston Celtics. And listen, I was a little bit heated last night. You all know that. You've seen it. Because I don't like to lose. I don't want to lose. I don't know anyone that really wants to lose. You feel me? But I definitely don't want to lose. You know, but we did. And so now we're here tonight. I want to see how we respond. I want to see if we can respond. It's not even about winning and losing to me tonight. I always want to win, obviously. But I want to see, can we respond competitively? Can we come out and compete with the best team in the East? The best team in the Atlantic Division. And probably the best team in the East. Although they did lose 113-101 to the Toronto Raptors last night. You know, so I want to see, can we come out and compete with these guys? Make it a game. Make it very competitive. And let these guys know that we're going to be around. We're going to be here. You know, that is what I want to see from tonight's game. The Boston Celtics, they've been scoring 103 points per game. Opponents, 100 points per game, 52 rebounds per game, 25 assists per game. They're on a one-game losing streak because they lost to the Toronto Raptors last night. The Knicks averaging 115.5 points per game, but opponents are scoring 107 points per game against us. We're only averaging 41 rebounds per game, 17.5 assists per game, and that's not going to cut it. 17.5 assists is just not going to cut it. You know, there's no way around it. Especially a team like, you know, I discussed it last night. A team like the Celtics, if we're playing structureless basketball, we're trying to freewheel it, freelance it, it's going to be tough because a team like the Celtics, you know, they're going to jam you up on everywhere. You know, and if we do not, you know, play with some kind of efficiency tonight, we can see ourselves getting blown out the water. You know, and that's not. And I don't want to see that happen. I definitely don't want to see that happen. We don't want to get blown out the water. You know, I want to prove that we can compete. I want to prove that we can be a competitive team in the Atlantic Division. All right. Right now we're 1-1 in the Atlantic Division. I mean, the standings don't mean too much right now because we're so early in the season. But when you're looking at the divisions, Toronto is 2-0. The Nets are 1-1. The Celtics 1-1. We're 1-1, and the Philadelphia 76ers are 1-1. I think we could very well be 2-0 right now. Very well be 2-0. Let's get to our chat, and then we're going to start breaking down the game, getting to starting lineups, keys of the game, and then predictions. 7:06, so we got 24 minutes to go before tip-off. So let's get to the chat. We got Nate in the chat. We got Isaiah in the chat. And, you know, let's talk to these guys. I just want to hear real quick what they want to see. And then we're going to get into starting lineups and those type of things and just start breaking the game down. So, Nate, it's on you, my man. Talk to me.
What's going on, Sam?
Tonight? What do you want to see tonight?
So I want to see tonight. I want to see competing on the defensive end. Like I said, I think if the Knicks are going to win a lot of games this year, which I mean, 30 games somewhat, we're going to have to play defense and we're going to have to compete on defense. That first Atlanta game, I want to see that kind of defensive ability against the Celtics team because it got to force them into mistakes. Second thing I want to see is pass the ball. I want to see us do less ISO. I'm tired of seeing the ISO. ISO does nothing good for the NBA. And it's not good. It's not good for a team that's young. You need to have ball movement. You got to move it around, get easy baskets, especially against the Celtics.
Okay, all right, Isaiah.
Pretty much what Nate just said, and I'm just gonna piggyback what Nate said. We need to at least get 25 assists, man. We haven't cracked 22 assists yet this season.
Right.
That's a little embarrassing, and again. We just got to pass the ball and play defense, man. Those are the main two things I'm worried about. It's just I'm trying to look at a position where we can actually win, and we literally have no position we can win in. So we just got to play team basketball. We need to get these assists, man, and we need to play really great defense tonight if we have a chance against the Celtics. We have the young energy to do it. There should be no reason why we're playing iso ball without Melo. Seriously, it's just we shouldn't be playing iso ball. We need to move the ball.
Yeah, I hear you, and that's going to be on Fizdale, in my opinion. That's on Fizdale to make sure that the ball is moving.
And you know what, Sam? I don't want to get on Fizz yet. I don't want to get on Fizz yet. But if we go another game, and then we got Monday with the Bucks, and we go another game. If we go these 4 games without at least a game with 25 assists, I got to start questioning Fizdale a little bit because I understand you want these kids to learn their spots, but Jesus Christ, we're not Houston. We can't ISO and expect to win. We just can't do it.
Right.
We don't have that. We don't have that skill and talent yet to do that. So I'm gonna get on Fizz if we go another game without 20 assists or without 25 assists. I'm gonna get on him.
Now, this is one thing that I have to say about that. Of course, I want to get a high number of assists as well.
What's the average, Sim? Do you know?
It got to be like 17.
Our average is 17.5 assists. We average 17.5 assists right now.
So
I'm a little bit more concerned. I'm a little bit more concerned with the ball movement than the assists. Because if we get hockey assists, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm a little bit more concerned with the ball movement. Is the ball moving around the perimeter? If the ball is moving around, not just around the perimeter, if the ball is moving, people are cutting and running, running to the rim, then we're gonna get the assists. Okay.
Yeah, we're too young not to be cutting, man. We're too young not to be cutting.
Well, let me ask you this question, Sim. Do you think we have the willing passers? Because outside of Frank, I really don't see anybody else that's really dropping dimes or at least trying to make other players better.
Well, I mean, I think that Fizdale has to. Right now, we're last in the league in assists. We are last in the league, averaging 17.5 assists per game, and it's not like we're tied with anyone. We are number 30. The Wizards are above us with 19. Oklahoma City Thunder is above us with 19.5.
Oh, no, it's just John Wall that passes the ball.
And wait, the number one team, the number one team in assists right now, the Pelicans at 35.5.
Dang.
And we've got to that's got to change real quick. I haven't been able to see it. I've been at basketball practice all day long from 10 to 12, and then I had a break and then went back from 4 to 6. So I haven't been able to see anything about the lineups, any changes in the starting lineups.
I haven't seen anything.
We can't start Trey Burke, man. You're just acting.
Or he's going to get pulled earlier because against Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. So I haven't seen anything about any. Oh,
Hayward's not playing tonight. That's right.
Right. Hayward's I know that Gordon Hayward isn't playing tonight. I'm talking about the Knicks starting lineups. I don't believe there's any changes in the New York Knicks starting lineups. And And so, if there's no changes in the Knicks starting lineups, that means we're going to be having Frank Ntilikina, Trey Burke, Lance Thomas, Tim Hardaway, and Cantor. Now,
wow, that doesn't sound good to me.
That could be the size of Trey Burke could pose a problem. Not well, you know what? I'm not gonna full out just say the size of Trey Burke could pose a problem. Trey Burke versus Kyrie Irving can cause a problem. So let me ask, because you know Kyrie Irving is going to be starting. Who's starting in place of Gordon Hayward? I'm not sure who's starting in place of Gordon Hayward. Kyrie Irving is going to be starting.
Marcus Smart probably.
Yeah, they might put Smart.
Probably Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, and Jason Tatum. Mm-hmm. Where do we match? You know what? Let's put it like this. If Marcus Smart is starting instead of Gordon Hayward, you know, I'm not sure that's the case right now, but if he is, that could benefit us. That could benefit us from the size standpoint. Because now Trey Burke is going to have, although Marcus Smart is a lot more beefy than Trey Burke, at least height-wise.
And he's a hell of a defender. He stopped KP.
Yeah, he's a great defender. At least height-wise, there is someone that Trey Burke can switch off onto. Right? And so that can be a benefit for us.
You could post them up all day.
There's someone that Trey Burke can switch onto, at least height-wise, but yes, he probably can post Trey Burke up. Without too much of a problem.
I
see Trier playing a lot of minutes tonight.
I don't know, man. He had a shaky game last.
But his size. If they play Smart, I could see Trier matching up with Smart better than Burke.
Also, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Oh God, forgive me. I think we missed Moody a little bit with the passing. I'll be honest with you.
Think so.
Well,
I think so, man,
too.
because
we need a size.
Because you know, just running around as a point guard is not doing it, man. At least I'll give Moody this one thing, man. He can pass, and I think we're missing that. I think we're missing. If we're gonna start Frank and Trey, we're missing a second unit point guard, and Ron can't carry that load. Ron's not that type of guy, you know. We definitely miss Moody a little bit, man, and I do hope when Moody and hopefully, I don't know what they're doing with Courtney Lee. I don't know. I think they should definitely. They need some minutes, man, because we need at least a few veterans that can shoot and score and play defense. Because Lance is going back to mid-season form right now with Lance.
Mid-season form.
That missed layup was bad.
That was oh my God, that missed layup was ridiculous, man. He was.
A lot of people jumped off the bandwagon after that layup.
Because that was ridiculous. I can't justify that one. You can't miss your layups. That's a basic of fundamentals about.
Not that blatant either.
Yeah, that was a blatant miss, and that was just wow.
Frank put it right on the money.
Well, he's not the first person to miss a layup right on the money, and he won't be the last person to miss the layup right on the money. Trust me. I've seen millions of players miss layups right on the money. Yeah. He won't be the first, and he's not the first, and he won't be the last.
But when it's Lance Thomas, it's magnified.
Of course.
Yeah, what is that?
Of course. It's magnified when it's Lance Thomas. Yeah.
But it's because of his history. He has a history of missing easy shots.
But he's been playing so well, and he has that one bad play, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So who else do you expect to be an important factor off the bench?
Sure,
and Knox.
Yes. This is going to be, I think that this is going to be a real test for Knox. This team could go to the finals. So you're pretty much facing a Eastern Conference championship team. So this is going to be a real test for him.
I said on the last show, this is going to be his coming out party. I really do believe that because they're going to take away Hardaway.
I think for Kevin Knox, this is the type of game where it can be a coming out party. Or it could be a game where it's so physical that he hides away in the corner. So we're gonna get a testament of who he is, of his character, of his toughness, his aggressiveness. We're going to get a taste of it tonight, I believe.
Yeah. And you know what it is, though, man? It's going to be tough because, listen, KP, he literally gets destroyed every time we face the Celtics.
Exactly, because they take the best player away every time.
Yeah, especially it's like, you know, if you don't have a second star, man, listen, I seen every time KP faces the Celtics, he gets
they rough him up. They rough him up.
They rough him up.
Right, and so who are they going to look to rough up tonight? Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's going to be
Hardaway. Yeah,
they're
he might
going to
rough himself up. He might just shoot himself out of the game.
Oh, one at a time. One at a time.
Oh no, you go, Nate.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I think Hardaway might shoot himself out of the game. I mean, he might have one of those games where he has to press too much and take a lot of bad shots. So the Celtics might not have to take him out of his game. He might take himself. But I would just say I would say for sure Hardaway. I don't know if Baines can match with Cantor down low. I mean, Cantor's just a beast right now. So I would say Hardaway.
Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be Hardaway, man, because right now Cantor's looking unstoppable on the offensive end. It's just Hardaway, and like Nate said, I don't even think the Celtics are going to get him out the game. He's going to get himself out because, you know, it's a big game. This is the Celtics. He's going to try to go crazy, you know. I just see him having a lot of bad shots, a lot of I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't shoot himself out the game. I hope he plays smart. Because he even said it last night. He said last night that he think he took too many shots, which, right. You know, that's him. But hopefully, man, he plays a good game tonight. I'm hoping.
But, you know, that could be a sign, though, that Tim Hardaway is trying to play more efficient. You know what I'm saying? That could be a sign. So, yeah, I take that as a positive.
I agree.
You know, that at least he's thinking in that manner. Right, he's thinking about his shot selection,
self-awareness,
how many shots he's taken. Exactly, self-awareness. That's important to me. You know what I'm saying? Because that means he's aware and he's trying. That's the first thing. That's the first thing is to be aware.
I've seen an improved Hardaway in these two games. I want to see more passing from him, like the Atlanta game. He had like 5 assists in the last game. I want to see that and against the Hawks. I want to see more of that Hardaway, but I think his game's improving.
Yeah, also, too, I almost lost my mind with one of the comments he said about his defense against Chris LeVert, which pissed me off because he said, I played with Chris all this time. And I know he goes right. I should have took his right away. No crap.
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's hope that he learns from it, right? Yeah. Let's hope that he learns from it because it's no matter what anyone says, right? It is tough. It is very, very tough in the heat of battle to make those kind of decisions sometimes. You know, to just understand it. That's why you have coaches on the floor. You know what I'm saying? To help you make those kind of decisions. Okay, so real quick, all right, I'm going to run through what some of my keys for success are, okay? Because we only got 10 minutes until the game is here. So I want to run through it real quick what our keys, my keys for success for tonight. And then I want to get you guys, you know, I want to hear what you guys think about it. I'll see what the chat's talking about, hear what the chat thinks about it. Because, you know, I want to be successful. So here are my keys to success. Number 1, I think we need to match the Celtics' physicality. We got to match their physicality, number 1. Because you know that the Celtics are going to come out physical. They're going to come out aggressive. And we've got to match it. If we do not match their physicality, I believe they'll take us out the game real quick and it'll be over. So they're going to come out the game with physical. They're going to come out the game intense. Come out into the game intense. And we've got to be able to match that right from the jump. Okay, so that's the number 1 thing. Match their physicality. We need to find a way to make it hard for Kyrie Irving. Okay? Listen, you're probably not going to stop Kyrie, but let's make it hard for Kyrie. He's going to be the mastermind out there on the floor. We don't want him running to the basket. Right? Killing us to the basket. We need to rebound the ball. Right now, as we speak, let me get it back. The Celtics in rebounds per game. The Boston Celtics are 6th in the league in rebounding at 52. The New York Knicks
to be a bad rebounder team.
The New York Knicks were at 41, 23rd in the league at 41. All right. We've got to give Cantor some help on the boards. I thought we had a chance to be a good rebounding team from what I've seen in preseason. It has not been the case the first 2 games. So we've got to help Cantor on the boards. Why do I say what?
Why do you say that we would be a good rebounding team?
I mean, from what I've seen early in that preseason, couple of those preseason games, you can't count the last few because Cantor wasn't there.
We had like 60. We had like
60 rebounds one game. I thought we could be a really good rebounding team. I still think we can. We just got to get Knox. We got to get Vonleh hitting the boards with Cantor, and our guards got to come back and help rebound as well.
Yeah.
So Vonleh got little arms, man. That's a little disturbing.
Yeah,
little arms.
Listen, we got to play
for NBA for his size.
Yeah. Listen, we got to play smart, efficient offense. If not, they're gonna take us out the game. Smart offense, smart shots, but also playing transition. So we've got to play. We want to get out and run. That's one of the keys to rebounding. We rebound the ball, we can get out and run. All right, we got to get out and run. If we're not rebounding the ball, we're not going to be able to get out and run, and we're going to be slow. We're going to play a slow-paced game. So we got to, 41 rebounds is what we're averaging. We got to do better than that. So we got to rebound so we can get out and run, playing transition, and play and have an efficient transition game. A transition game where we're making smart, crisp passes, not crazy cross-court passes like I've seen. Right? We've got to make smart, crisp baskets, going to the basket, going to the cup. All right? That's got to start from rebounding, and then we can get out on a break. If we don't have it, if we don't have the break, we don't have transition, then our offense needs to be efficient, because if we're not efficient, we'll get taken out the game quick. We don't have the talent that they have, so we can't afford to really take bad shots. See, they can afford to take bad shots. They're a good defensive team. They can get it back on the defensive end. We haven't proved that we're that great of a defensive team yet, right? So we don't know if we're gonna get it back on the other end of the floor if we take bad shots. We've got to take good shots, smart shots, get to the cup. We got to play 24 seconds of defense.
Yes.
Right. We've got to play defense. If they're running out the clock, if we're playing the type of defense where the Celtics are running out the clock, good. Which probably isn't going to happen. They're going to shoot earlier than 24 seconds, but we've got to play defense. We can't play for 10 seconds and then fall asleep. We got to continue to play defense. And listen, we've been playing well defense. We're playing hard. I will say that we're a team that's coming to play. At least these first 2 games, we're coming to play, and we've played hard. We got to continue to play hard, but we got to play that 24 seconds of defense, and then of course finish that defense with a rebound. I think if we do these things, we can at least be in the game. Right? So quickly, Nate, what do you think about that?
Yeah, man, you hit the nail right on the head. I mean, we got to make good passes. We got to rebound the ball. I mean, we got to guard 94 feet, like Fizdale says every time he tells his players when they step on the court. I mean, we gotta be dogs on the defensive end. I mean, we got to match their intensity, because Celtics like to play that grind out, smash mouth kind of basketball. We need to be ready for that. We can't be finesse, because if we are, they're gonna punk us out, and it's going to get ugly, and I think the Knicks have that ability to do that. In the years past, I don't think so, but I think going forward, I think they have that ability. So let's see it tonight.
Okay. All right. Isaiah?
Sam, 100% agree with everything you said. Everything, we got to play hard. Listen, man, the most hurtful thing that happened to when you're playing defense, you play great defense for 22 seconds, and then they grab the offensive rebound. Exactly. We got to make sure we box out, get the rebounds, and let's push the ball. Let's play hard, man, because they're pissed off. They lost to Toronto. they're pissed off. They want to play.
Exactly.
Kyrie wants to show out.
That's why we got to match that intensity. And I see in the chat, some people in the chat say that we've got to, our second unit has got to come in and play and be efficient. Yeah, so we definitely got to get some. We got to get some production from the second unit.
Especially if we have the lead, we need them to hold it down.
The reason why, to me, the reason why our second unit is really playing bad because we don't have a point guard. And this is kind of, and this is what I kind of sucks that we didn't keep Jared Jack. You know what I'm saying? I wish we would have kept Jared Jack because I really do. I love his leadership and I love his passing. Mm-hmm. He would have been a great second unit bench guy. And Moody is hurt right now, so it's like nobody's running the offense. So you don't get to see Kevin Knox get the easy shots. You don't get.
Burke has to go to the bench.
Right.
And that's and again, and to me, yes, and I agree with you, Nate. That's why I believe Trey Burke needs to be off the bench. Because at least on the second unit, he won't face taller defenders. He won't as tall as Kyrie. He might face Marcus Smart. I'd rather take Marcus Smart than Kyrie Irving in the second unit because offensively, Marcus Smart's not better than Trey Burke.
Yeah.
So I'd rather take that. But it's like, again, there's a couple games. I just wish. I don't know, man. I'm hoping Fizdale sees what's going on, sees what we see, and hopefully somebody has to move to the bench.
Okay. Now we got 2 minutes before game time, so let me just recap this real quick. We have the same starting lineup tonight. The New York Knicks have the same starting lineup tonight. Trey Burke at the point guard spot, Tim Hardaway at the 2, Frank Ntilikina at the 3, Lance Thomas at the 4, and Enes Kanter at the 5. Keys to success for this evening. Our keys for success, real quick. Match the Celtics' physicality. Make it hard for Kyrie Irving. Rebound the ball. Play efficient offense. Get out in transition. And if you rebound the ball, you can get out in transition. And play 24 seconds of defense. Right? We do these things, I think we'll have a chance. We'll give ourselves a chance to be successful against the Celtics. So real quick, before we get up out of here, guys, Nate, give me your predictions for tonight's game.
Knox is going to have a coming out party. One of our main guards is going to get in foul trouble, and we're going to see a Damian Dotson sighting.
Okay. All right. Isaiah?
I'm going to go with Kevin Knox is going to have a 20-point game. Frank will have 10, 7, and 3 steals again. And Dotson will be playing a lot more than Ron Baker today.
Score of the game, Isaiah.
I'm going to say this is going to be a slow game. It's going to be 90, 98, 94 Knicks.
Okay. Nate? Score
115, 110. Knicks win.
Who? Knicks win? I think it's going to be a close game. I feel like I'm going with my Knicks. I'm going with the Knicks. I'm going with 107, 104 Knicks. Pull off a shocker. Yeah. And everybody
the Knicks are pissed too, man.
about the Knicks
again. Won last night.
So, listen. That's it for the Puma Hoops pregame analysis, pregame report. You can get the link in the description so that you all can get your Puma Hoops gear. But listen, we about to get to the game, so I want you guys to come back. I'll be back at halftime. We could talk about what's going on with the game at halftime and enjoy the game, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.